Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my Tome Topple TBR, so let's just jump right in. I know I've had a few new followers here, so I'm gonna repeat myself as usual, but if you guys don't know, Tome Topple is one of my favorite readathons ever. It is the first readathon that I ever participated in and actually completed. My first two Tome Topples, I completed all my prompts, but since then it's been hard, you know, with moving and, you know, the state of the world and transitioning from Texas to Georgia and not having work and all of that just dampened some of my Tome Topples. But alas, here we are. I'm sure you guys know already, but this readathon is hosted or was created by Sam, which is Thoughts on Tomes, and she has co-hosts to help her with the readathon. Anyways, I absolutely love the Tome Topple. If you don't know, the Tome Topple is where you read tomes, books that are 500 pages or more. There are prompts, and there are also Instagram challenges. The readathon starts on the 14th, which is Saturday, November 14th. And it goes all the way to the 27th of November. This year we've had extra Tome Topples because of quarantine. She actually did do an impromptu Tome Topple because everybody was home. But she usually schedules 2 Tome Topples a year. And one is in between this time, November, fallish winter time, and then she has another one, if I'm not mistaken, in the summer. There might be more, but I can't think of them right now. There are 9 prompts in total, and there are different levels that you can reach. I'm gonna read them off my phone. If you read 1 to 3 categories, you are a student. If you read anywhere between 4 and 6 categories or prompts, you are a sage. And if you read anywhere between the 7 to 9 categories or prompts, you are a scholar. Of course, I always try to achieve for scholar, but I fall somewhere in between the student and sage most of the time. So you guys know I am an overachiever, I am an overbooker, and so I got quite a few books. This readathon is so hard to get TBRs for because of course I want to be a scholar, but that means that I gotta read in between maybe possibly 4 or 5 books, which at 500 plus pages becomes a little hard, but nonetheless I have a plan. One more time. Once again, I have a plan, and I don't know if the plan is gonna go through or not, but we shall see what happens. You can use one book towards 2 prompts. So 2 prompts is the max that you can use for one book. I should have prepared myself more. So I'm gonna start off with the first book, which is The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. You guys know that I've been trying to read one Brandon Sanderson a month, and I failed these past 2 months because I haven't read any Sanderson. I am reading his work in chronological order, and I am by book 2 of the Mistborn trilogy. I'm super excited to read this. I love Brandon Sanderson's writing. I love his work. I loved book 1, so now let's see what book 2 is about. This will be going for the following 2 prompts. The first prompt that this is going to complete is a sequel to a series that I haven't read in a while. So this one, because I think the last one that I read was in the summer. And then this will also complete the challenge of listen to an audiobook tome. So there we go. Book 1 done. Then I have Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. So hear me out with this one. I don't know what's going on. I know that Sam has this on her TBR, and this is how I learned about this book, but this book sits at 454 pages, so I don't know what the deal is. I'm gonna go for it because she has it on her TBR, and you know, she's the leader, so I'm just gonna follow that. This actually is gonna go for This is going to go for 2 prompts as well. The first one being read a book by an Indigenous author because it is Indigenous month for November. So I think that maybe, I don't know, I think that maybe there's not enough books or enough tomes for the Tome Topple, but I guess that's why we're able to read this one. I don't know, don't quote me. I just didn't make any sense. But then this is also gonna go for the prompt of your most recently acquired or purchased tome, and I just bought this one. I actually just received this one yesterday. So those are the two prompts that I'm going to use for this book. Hey, you know what? 50 pages less or 46 pages less, I'll take it. I will take anything to help me achieve my TBR. I will take it. Okay, the next book that I have here is actually The Living Dead. This is going to go for one prompt. I wish I could use it for two, but I can't. But this is going to go for the prompt for a book that you started on another round of Tome Topple. And I actually did read this for whatever May or June Tome Topple there was, like that extra one that she did. I did start this book, but I never got to finish it. I ended up on page 266, so I have about 300 plus pages to read on this one, which again will help me out big time. The next book I am going to try to read, because let's just start saying try, because we're 4 books in at this point, is The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. This is just a book I have had on my shelves for years. My friend Michelle, which is Book Hangovers over on Instagram, raves about this book so much. One day I had gone to Half Price Books and I found the whole trilogy of the matching trilogy, and I picked it up and it's just been sitting there. I think it's time. This book has so many rave reviews and I'm excited to finally dive in. The 2 prompts that this will complete is a tome that has been on your TBR the longest. Hello. And the second prompt is seasonal colors. So I love that she incorporated this prompt. It's the first time that we have this prompt and I find it so amazing. As you can tell, this is just all like fall colors to the max. So there you go. So the last 2 prompts that I have to complete would be just to read 1 tome. But because I have already doubled up on the other 3 books, the only other book that I could use for this challenge or this prompt would be The Living Dead, because it's just to read 1 tome. Or I can use it for my next read, which will be Wonderstruck by Brian Selznick. This I think would be a great book to read right now. So this is basically a story with words and pictures. So I thought it would be great because a lot of these pages are just pictures that actually are part of the story, that tell the story as well. So I can use this one. And then the last prompt that I have is a genre that I don't usually read, and I'm going to be using this book for that prompt as well. Again, I honestly don't know what genre this would be considered, but I know that I don't usually read things like this, so that's why I'm using it. So, yeah. These are the books that I want to read within the next 2 weeks. The readathon starts this Saturday, and so I just keep looking at this pile like it's just laughing at me, looking at me, laughing at me, and making fun of me because it thinks that I can't read all these books in 2 weeks. And you're probably right. So yeah, now you guys know what's taunting me for the next 2 weeks. And let's see if we could do this. Let me know down below if you guys will be participating in what was that? Participating? Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys will be participating on Tome Topple rounds 13. If you are, let me know what you will be reading, what prompts you are going to be attempting to complete, because I know that there's people out there that aren't as psycho as I am and actually probably pick 4 prompts to complete as opposed to all of them. But you know, that's not how I function. But I'm just setting myself up for failure. I know that. I know. So that's it, you guys. Those are all the books that I plan on reading for the Tome Topple, or that I will attempt to read for the Tome Topple. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!